Okay, so more skills for a test of English as a foreign language. We already read this about the Great Depressions, and there were several. We went over that there was the Great Depression here that kind of came after, during an area in the 1860s, early, and right before slavery ended, and then right after. And then we get in here, the next major depression occurred in the 1930s. And this is a vocabulary word choice for this. And then the current depression is here, which is starting in 2026, and this and that. So that's the gist of the reading comprehension. But this is about a question about word choice, but you have to use it in context with how it's used in a paragraph. So it says here, the word liberal in the second sentence is most close in meaning to which word? And more than likely, they won't give it to you this easy and say second sentence. They'll probably say second paragraph. But if you go straight here and you were to read at top, let's say it didn't tell you where it was. Let's say this wasn't here, and it didn't tell you where it was, the word liberal, you look for it. And if you started at this paragraph and you started reading, it's right here. The next major economic depression occurred in the 1930s. And employers, in an attempt to save money, laid off workers. Bank administrators previously engaged in liberal lending stopped loaning money simultaneously. Bank customers stopped placing money into savings accounts. So it's telling you the money is going down, that you're going into a recession because there's no money coming in. So if there's no money coming in, and the banks had previously given money, it's asking you, what does the word liberal most likely mean? And close to the second word, is it spirited? So if you go back and say bank lenders previously engaged in spirited lending, stop loaning money, could be, because spirited could mean, they were very good. They were very forthright and giving you money. Bank administrators previously engaged in absolute lending. Money's kind of absolute already. Either you give it or you don't. And engaged in freely given money, as opposed to this and that and other. It says lending. So, be careful with this word given. You have to watch what that says. And then it says previously engaged in saved lending. Money's already saved. So B and C are out. And by the way, these are a pair. So if it's not B, it's usually not C. So here are your choices. So if they said engaged in freely given lending, stop loaning money, or was it spirited lending? Okay, so spirited in this sentence means this. Here's what freely given kind of means. It means that we just went out and gave it, but they don't give money. So this can't be the answer. So spirited sounds awful, but it means like we had a great spirit. We had a high spirit. Like we're going to give it out even if you can't pay it. So your answer here is A, even though it's a weird way to use a word. That's how you think things through.